And the bottom side, playing as the red Elodie, we have Zested up against Mr.Cat playing green Finger in the purple. They're going to be leading this off with Dusty Oasis, so, you know, special thing about this map, lots of unit converters. Going to see a lot of things like Kraken, Merfolk, even Riverboats sometimes. And this map is largely about balancing the two different things that you need to, like the two different like fronts, like water and land. So, you know, whether you need knights or merfolk or whatever at that point in time, and it's easy to switch between them. So we're going to see how that plays out. And of course there is the early aggression onto the commanders from these swords. So that will play a big factor. Ooh, Riverboat comes out already. Now, is this actually a Riverboat, or is it just going to be used to convert a sword into something else? You know, you can flip units back and forth on these. So we can see knight support coming out, for example, but no, we're just going to see the Riverboat. And wow, Zested actually going to be able to take that corner village. Even be aggressive over here. Yeah, Commander has enough health. They're going to take some counter-attack damage, but that's fine. And you're actually able to take both corners? That's huge. Oh, and we're seeing Mr.Cat be really aggressive here. And this is one of the things about this map, is you can be very aggressive early with your commander, because they're just beefy enough to take hits on these swords. And, you know, tank some damage off of this village. Whereas this kind of center route that Mr.Cat's taking, gonna do some pressure, and it's gonna be able to fight these swords more easily, but it's not gonna be able to do as much economic damage. And oh, yeah, this is another thing. You can barely keep dueling this sword with your commander. You can actually, if you go for that hit that turn, your commander doesn't die. They go down to like 2% health if the sword keeps fighting out with them. Which in the case of Sigrid, for example, actually makes Sigrid kind of ridiculous, because she is then able to get groove around this point in time. Okay, Mr.Cat gonna keep putting pressure on in the center route. Zested, actually neither player really had gone for these early conversion buildings. I guess not really seeing the value of them just yet. And oh, knight comes forward, goes with a hit. Zawan isn't full health, so knights are going to be able to fight commanders quite well at that health value. And I think Mr.Cat might have overextended here in the center. Okay, they're going to flip this corner village though. Knight comes forwards. Oh, commander's going to be able to get a good kill here. Possibly flip it. And yeah, this is really far away from their opponent's stronghold, so not going to see anything too big. Oh, is that a warship coming out? Okay, the hit on that sword. I don't know how I feel about that. You are losing the dog, but that does mean that the village is going to be quite low health for a while. Means you could potentially just run a bunch of stuff forward and knock it down. Yeah, I'm actually a bit on the fence about like whether that was a good idea or not. Okay, sword's going to come forward, go for that crit. And you've got this warship, and that's really spooky, because that can do so much damage to this land army. So I think Zested is just going to have to back up on this left hand side. They've got their own warship. There is a limit to how far these warships can go forward. I mean, this tile here, sure, it's a crit tile, but it's also a beach tile. So like this reef is really the furthest it can go while being safe. And even then, air units can come in and smack it. So we'll see how effective that is. And swords coming forward to hit Zawan. Guess just don't want to let him get like a decent amount of health. He's gonna stand on the beach. Okay. Gonna lock down this village though. Try and keep the economic pressure up. Right, recapture on that lumber mill. Mr.Cat, yeah, the map's looking pretty good for them right now. A little bit concerned about this bottom right, especially with that warship. It's able to cover so much of all of this. Zested, they're just gonna slowly push back the center. And we're gonna see the map stabilize for the most part. Oh, good village flip there from the knight though. And there's nothing nearby for the recapture, so we're gonna have to see something, almost want to say miraculous, come out from Mr.Cat here. And yeah, this village here. Oh wow, this is a setup you can do. You can get your knight into a position where it will be able to crit the warship if the warship goes on the beach tile to hit anything near this village. And Mr.Cat, what are they going to do here? I think they're getting close to tier 2, which means, you know, if you throw down vines, you do a huge amount of damage to this army. Oh, but the warship. This knight was just positioned slightly too far forward. If it had been one tile back, you swing down and you get the crit on it. But it was just a little bit too far. Oh, but there's a reef tile actually, so yeah. I think Mr.Cat really was just trying to go for the game ender. Dragon comes forward though. Okay. We're gonna see the damage come onto the stronghold. The stronghold bug is still in play at this point in time, so something that players will need to be aware of. Okay, tier 2 gonna come out. This is gonna a lot of damage. Yep, army gets pretty low. Spear's gonna go down too. Little bit concerned about Zawan, sorry. We'll see how they survive this turn. Okay, what is gonna be the damage here? I think there's just enough to, yeah, clean this up. All of this army's gonna go down. And yeah, there just isn't enough to finish off the stronghold. If the stronghold bug wasn't in play, I think the dragon could potentially do it. But yeah, it's just going to heal an extra 10%. So that's very unfortunate. And I think Mr.Cat is in a position where they've just thrown away so many units at the bottom right. Oh, they've got these vines though, and they're going to crawl forwards. A lot of damage is going to come in this turn. It's just going to be vines shifting around. Frog, they're also gonna help pull those reinforcements forward. Dragon gonna come in, get a nice hit on that village, and I think, yeah, Mr.Cat's like, wait, I just sacrificed so much to hit this stronghold, didn't kill it. They're really gonna have to make use of those vines. And, oh, the warship. That warship's gonna get so much value. That reef tile is absolutely brutal. And you really need something like a harpy to deal with this. Some kind of air unit that just deals a lot of damage to naval. There's a harpoon backing this though, so yeah, Zested is just gonna have this huge naval force here. And what can Mr.Cat do? I mean, like, warship can't go further up. It's a purely defensive buy on this map. Oh, but Mr.Cat, are they gonna try and lethal? I don't know if it's open. Like, you can get that one suicide, dog suicide to follow up. That's quite nice. You do have vines able to do some damage too. I don't know if they do enough. And yeah, the only big unit nearby is the dragon. Oh, but there is a knight. Is this actually going to be it? Is that enough? I think it is. I think the dragon can get the follow-up hit. Oh, and Mr.Cat finds a lethal and takes the game. And that is a heck of a way to start a set, especially after it failed lethal on the stronghold. And really just falling behind in general. Like, there was a lot of not very good trades for them across that game. Able to just push the commander back, and yeah, it just opens up an opportunity to get the kill. So that was fantastic. That was a really nice lethal there. Using the vine as well for that extra bit of damage. So yeah, well played. Mr.Cat takes the game, spots the lethal, and yeah, goes up 1-0.